My greenhouse. I have an aquaponic system here in the greenhouse. It's been running for 4 weeks. We're in the 5th week right now. These are the fish. These are tilapia. They are approximately 6 weeks old. In 9 months, they'll be at harvesting size. This is the biofilter. This is how it works. In here, this is an overflow valve. And what happens is the water comes in from the sump tank. It keeps the tank full to where from the bottom of that pipe down there, it goes up and out. So it never can overflow, but that keeps it from overflowing and at the same time feeds the filter. All the waste, the bio waste, comes into this filter here. And what happens is it comes in here. The bucket right here, this little gray bucket, sends the water down into the tank. So the waste collects at the bottom because it's heavier than the water, and the clean water comes up to this valve and goes into the grow bed system. This is a raft. This is where I'm going to be putting my lettuce, all my green leafy, spinach, kale, cabbage, all that type of vegetable goes in this raft right here. This is experimental. These are two, I forget what that lettuce is called, but that's where all my green leafy vegetables go. And here's my first flower bed. This was an experiment with the spinach. I found that it was too hot in here, and that's why they kind of shrivel up whenever it gets hot. These are my string beans, and gnats are in there like it's a forest. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna string them up or how I'm gonna actually do that. These are my tomatoes. These are beefy tomatoes. I got tomatoes on there. These are my cucumbers. I'm assuming that the yellow buds mean that those are going to be cucumbers. These are pickled cucumbers. They got yellow buds on them. These are bell peppers. Now these shot up within the last couple of nights. I was wondering how they were going to produce bell peppers when they were about this size. But they got a whole bunch of bell pepper buds on them. So they're growing nicely. These are my onions. I'm going to put more onions in there because I started off with each bed half full because my fish wasn't big enough to produce enough waste, or so I thought. So I'm going to start filling up the beds now. This is my cilantro, sage, mint or something like that. I don't know what that's called. These are mint leaves. These are goji berries. This plant looked like it was dying, but it seemed all the leaves fell off and now it seems like it's budding and everything. This is melon. I accidentally bought this melon plant, but it's stretching out all over the place, and I'm not too sure how I'm going to do this because these grow beds weren't set up for melon. Big old honeydew melon. And these are blueberries. So the water comes into each one of the beds. It drains through the little drain pipe down there. It comes all the way around and into my sump tank. And the sump tank pumps the water back into the tank. So in short, this is what happened. The waste from the fish creates ammonia. The filter filters out the heavy waste, bio waste. The water filters out the waste in the water. So all the plants filter out the waste in the water. Then it returns back to the sump tank where the water is clean to go back into the fish tank. So the plants and the fish are working together to multiply. I'm not a good interviewer, so hopefully it was understandable. All right.